into this week's episode. Did you know? And we're back. This is episode 19. As you can tell, it's just your boy HTG today. But, like we mentioned, we're having a special guest today. A very, very big guy. You know, he's known for lifting heavy weights. Please welcome Adam D-Lifts.
What up?
How you do?
Good, bro. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
We've been waiting to have a big guy like you here.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to it for sure.
We had Brandon on here.
He's a big guy.
He's a tall guy.
He's a tall guy.
You know, you're a little bigger. You know? Yeah. But yeah. Anyways, for people that don't know, this is Adam D-Lifts. He's pretty well known around the gym scene around here in Vic. If you don't know him, go check him out. Adam D on Instagram. We'll post his link in the bio or just right here. Actually, right here. I'm gonna post it right there. So
right there.
Follow right there.
Adam D-Lifts. You heard it.
Right there. But yeah. Anyways, Adam, tell us a little bit about yourself.
About myself, hey? Well, my name is Adam Dahlquist. I'm a full-time senior software engineer. I take my bodybuilding semi-seriously. Like you said, you'll catch me around the gym most days of the week. It's where I, do my thing. Work does become kind of secondary to me. Been bodybuilding for like 10 years now. 41 years old and
doesn't look like it.
Still rocking, getting better every year. Can't complain.
Solid.
Yeah, man.
Sweet. It's good. Hopefully that inspires some people out there. You know?
Yeah, hopefully. You can only hope.
Let's get into this week's news. Yeah, Vic news.
One incident.
All right. This week on Vic News, we're going to keep it a little short because we have our special guest. And so we're going to talk more about him and, you know, gym stuff and all that health stuff. So we're just going to keep the news kind of short today. But we still have our favorite kind of topic, crime kind of stuff with Vic News. And so this is what's been going on this week. So this week, UVic have issued an alert asking people to avoid an area of a campus after a man was arrested with a knife Tuesday afternoon. The incident began around noon when the suspect threatened a UVic staff with a knife. A person with a knife has been arrested near First People's House of University of Victoria, UVic said in a campus warning issued around 12:45 p.m. The suspect was arrested by police with the assistance of UVic staff, and it was near First People's House. Police said that there were no injuries from the incident, but since there's been a lot of protests kind of area, because like the new people staff house area, there's like a little group there for the UVic people, and so there's been they're protests and stuff, and so since that's been started, there's been a lot of kind of people that have gone against it, but have taken actions that are kind of extreme.
Yeah.
So yeah, this week
knife is extreme.
There was a knife. Yeah, a knife on the campus, and
it's crazy. And
my sister, she goes to that school, and she told me that she actually saw the cops running towards him. So.
Oh jeez.
That's pretty scary. You know.
That is freaky. Is it? Do they actually know if it's linked to retaliation for the protests, or was it just a?
So apparently the guy. He was, he was going specifically for something like that. He was saying some things,
some political stuff. What have they been protesting over there?
I know they've been protesting recently. I think it's been more around the whole what's it called with Palestine and all,
right.
The whole free Palestine.
Israel and Palestine. Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's been a big thing, but I feel a lot of these people. Some of it is for, they're against it, but some of it's also just, I think it's just people that are
just wanting
just
to
mentally ill, you know,
make some trouble.
Exactly.
And there's something going on, so they find an opportunity to just, you know, be seen, be heard, and make some noise. And hopefully these people, what I always think is like these unstable people is like they just want to be seen and don't necessarily want to hurt anybody. Like, I mean, I know some of them definitely do, and that's super sad, but it always kind of seems like someone has a knife.
Yeah.
You don't often hear, I mean, I don't follow the news that much, but you don't often hear about, especially in an incident like that, like with like a staff member, that like it goes any further than that.
Yeah. But that's the crazy thing too, is just like lately there has been a lot of like, there has a knife, like the guy has a knife situations. Like there's been a lot of them recently, and a couple of them have gone to points where people actually do get hurt.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, like it's the wild thing. And that's something we talked about last week briefly, is how they're putting into effect now that you can't do drugs in public.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because I feel like that's definitely caused like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like a little influence on it, because there has been a lot more like stabbings.
That's an interesting topic. I just heard about that the other day, right? Because they legalized it when, I forget, it was a while ago
like
now.
2 or 3 months ago, wasn't it? Or?
The legalization I think it's been a good year or something, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was just 2 months ago they were starting to talk about
getting rid of it. Yeah. So, which I think just went through real recently. But yeah, it's a weird thing because you hear stories from other countries. Like, this is one of the reasons we did it, is like there's a bunch of positive stories from other countries that have legalized, you know, like decriminalized, not legalized, decriminalized the use of like specific drugs. But it sounds like that's not the situation for Victoria and Vancouver. It sounds like the drug problem is so bad that it just made it worse.
Yeah.
And you're right, with a worse drug problem, it's always a rise in crime.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's definitely been like, you know, like a lot of people don't notice it because, you know, people aren't always looking into what's going on around the city, but
like me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but like if we're doing what we're doing with a little big news, it's like every week we look and there's always something new. And like for the last couple of weeks, it's been a lot about like, you know, this person, you know, on drugs stole this car and almost hit someone. And then a couple of weeks ago, it was this person in this area where, I don't know if he was on drugs, but it was in an area where they do a lot of drugs. He ended up stabbing 2 people and like just stuff like that. So
yeah, in areas where they do lots of drugs, there's always people with you know, mental illness and whatnot, dealing with things, whether they're on drugs or not. There's just going to be stuff like that going down.
Yeah. And what sucks too is like, you know, when it just affects the innocent people too, you know, like just people that are, like have nothing to do with what's going on, and it's just, they're just minding their own business. And
it's hard not to pass by anymore too, right?
Yeah.
Downtown Victoria is, you know, around every corner. You never know. But
yeah, that was, it's pretty interesting and kind of scary, I guess, for some UVic students, you know, and yeah, so hopefully that stuff kind of simmers down and there's no more kind of crazy extreme like anti-protest stuff, you know. But
hopefully,
it's gotta hope for the best,
you know.
Yeah. But yeah, besides that, for those who like comedy, I like comedy, stand-up comedy. We have a pretty big comedy guy coming to Victoria November 2nd.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Do you like stand-up comedy?
Definitely.
Yeah. So you know Russell Peters?
Oh yeah.
So Russell Peters, he's coming to Victoria.
He's big.
November 2nd.
He was one of the biggest for a while. Yeah.
I think he's from Ontario, isn't he?
Yeah, he is Canadian.
Yeah, he's a Canadian guy. He's funny. He's actually one of the first like stand-up comedies I've ever like watched.
Even on Netflix or whatever?
Like on Netflix, like on my own time.
Oh,
like, like, you know, to just sit down and not watch a movie, but stand up.
Yeah.
Russell Peters, I saw his stuff and I was like, that's when I was like, okay, this is kind of funny. Like,
have you ever been to live comedy?
Never been to one.
Dude.
I want to.
So every Saturday down at, I'm going to get it wrong because it's Yuck Yucks in Vancouver. What is it here? Hecklers?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, Hecklers, man. First of all, they got great wings. Okay. They've got like 30 different flavors. Yeah.
So that's downtown?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ish.
Downtown.
Hecklers. Dude, you have to go.
Okay.
Because honestly, okay, on Netflix you'll watch like the funniest guy in the world, like one of the top comedians. It's hilarious. You go and watch like a mediocre comic live, and you will bust your face open.
Yeah.
The first time I went live, like my
Your
jaw like seized up from laughing so much. There's just something about there's something about seeing it live, man. Huh. You gotta do it. It's like every Saturday they have something decent. Pretty sure every Saturday it's something decent. It's like $20-something a ticket. Damn. Get yourself some wings.
And does the wings come with the ticket or?
No.
Okay.
Bro. Come on, it's Victoria. It's 2024. You gotta pay for everything.
Oh, okay. But yeah, okay, that's interesting. That's cool. Yeah. Sweet. Maybe I'll have to go check that out sometime.
Do it.
Yeah, but yeah, go check that out. You know, if you like Russell comedy, Peters. You like wings.
Yeah,
hecklers, and then Russell Peters. I think the show is gonna be called, or like, you know how they have a title for it. I think it's called The Relax, or just Relax. So yeah, November 2nd. That's gonna be happening here. So go check that out if that's what you're into.
For sure.
But I think we'll get back into more special guest questions.
Special guest questions, fitness and whatnot.
The only
thing I know about.
So
apparently,
I kind of curious. I've been thinking about this all day. How long have you been going to Club Phoenix?
Club Phoenix.
Yeah,
where we met, right?
Yeah.
When was COVID?
COVID was 2020.
Yeah, around then.
Okay.
So I used to go.
So when they reopened it, I would assume?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went, okay, so my office is downtown. So I used to work out most of the time at the old YMCA down there.
Okay.
Yeah. That's where I started lifting kind of again, I don't know, 15 years ago or something. And on the weekends, I would work out at Wanda Fuca because I lived out in Machosen. But when COVID happened, Wanda Fuca had some really ridiculous rules. When they reopened, they were like the strictest out of all the gyms. And the crazy thing was they charged drop-in. There was no memberships. So I go, how many times a week I go, because I started working from home because of COVID. It's like $60 a week to go to the gym. So I was like, screw this. So that's when I switched over to Phoenix. And honestly, I like Club Phoenix a lot better. They have comparable kind of machines and everything, but like the scene at Club Phoenix is like a little bit more serious.
Yeah.
Compared to, the rec center, Wanda Fuca.
Yeah.
But not like too serious.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would agree with you because like it's something about rec centers, like it's more like family, you know, and it's not like just like primarily focused as the gym.
Yeah.
Because like I started too. I think most people started at a rec center. Like I started at the YMCA, but in Langford. And then
there was that one. Okay.
Yeah, which wasn't 15 years ago.
That's still the new YMCA.
The new YMCA.
Is that even open still?
It's open, but it's like the hours are like really.
I thought they closed down or something.
I heard they're having I gotta put a timer here real quick. So.
Oh yeah.
But I hear they've been having like kind of issues with just like I think money and stuff like that. Like I think just in general YMCA has had issues.
They did.
But their hours are weird. Like now Saturdays, I think their pools close around like 2 or 3.
2 or 3?
Like it's like
a sushi shop.
Yeah,
they close at like 2 till 4 or something.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It's like stupid. It's dumb. I don't agree with it. So if you're watching this, I don't agree with it. But no, I started at there, and then during COVID, the one place I knew that was open after. Like right away was Anytime.
Oh yeah.
And that's around that time, before that time, I met Brennan and he told me about Anytime and he's like, we need to go. So we went and that's where
Brennan was going.
Yeah. And then after a year though, cause I knew a bunch of guys that went to Phoenix. And I was like, okay. I went there and I tried it out and I liked it. It was good.
Did you talk him into going?
To Brennan?
To Brennan.
Well, I think we planned on going around the same time because he mentioned it, and then I was like, okay, I'll do it. And so usually when someone's like, I'm gonna do this and I'm down for it, I'm like I'm immediately in it. Like, I do it, you know, like I'm not just talk.
Nice.
So I think he took a little longer to get in. Plus, he moved. That's the other thing too, is he moved. Like, because he lived in Newfoundland for like a couple of years.
Yeah.
That's why it also took him a while.
Yeah.
But Club Phoenix is good, yeah. Like, for people that don't know, Club Phoenix is a gym.
Great gym out here.
It's a good gym.
For sure.
Langford area, West Shore area.
West Shore, yeah.
But yeah, go definitely check it out. And like Adam said, it's like, it's got a good mix, you know? Like, it's gym focused, but it's got from beginners to people that are, you know,
doing shows
like this guy. And so
yeah, and everyone's nice.
Everyone's nice. It's a good vibe, you know. If you want a bit more extreme gym, there's other gyms like, pretty sure Odyssey's a bit more like gym focus, and like Truth's another one. Truth, that's more like a bodybuilding gym.
Yeah.
But if you want chill vibes and you want to see HTG and Adam D, Club Phoenix, check
Go on out.
Yeah. But yeah, so you've been going since 2020.
Yeah.
One maybe.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Okay. And I would say I started maybe before 2022.
Yeah.
So for a while there, we probably were going and just
didn't.
No. Which is funny because I've recently noticed that, like, with a lot of people, it's like you go and you don't actually notice who's always around you.
Right.
Because there's one guy from our gym, his name's Andrew. When we first started, like, when I introduced like myself to him, he was like, "Oh yeah, like I've seen your progress. You've gotten pretty big over the years." And I'm like, I had no clue you like knew I was
right.
You know, like, so.
Yeah, it's true.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny too. Depends on the time of day you go. People are very habitual, right? I mean, lots of it's because you got work and you got whatever else going on, so you have to be. But yeah, when you go at the same time of day, it is the same people all the time. And like you said, it's like, it's kind of easy to, like, when you see those people every day, for them to just kind of blend into the background. Yeah. But if you go at a different time, it's crazy. It's a whole different gym.
Yeah. No, that's
You're
true,
like, who are all these people? I've never seen you in my life.
Yeah.
I'm here every day. I've never seen you in my life. It just takes like a couple hour difference from when you're there.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the weird thing. Cause I remember like the first time, like, I started to notice like big guy walking around with weights. I was talking to Jordan, you know, Jordan Law.
Yep.
Yeah. And I guess he like walked up to you and I don't know, when I see a big guy at the gym, for some reason, I always think like, you know, I got to go over there, introduce myself, you know, and be like, hey, I'm Santi, blah, 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 you know, get some tips on how to become bigger.
I do the same thing.
And so I would see you talking to Jordan, but I never said anything. And I don't even remember like if I said hi to you first or you said hi.
I was just as we're sitting here trying to remember meeting you. I feel like I remember meeting Brennan.
Yeah, or something like that.
Not meeting him, but I remember the first time I trained with him. Yeah. Because I was training and he just jumped into my session.
Just discuss?
Yeah, he did. He just started spotting me and then was like, okay, I'll come to the next. We just had a workout. Okay. But I don't really remember like the first time I talked to either of you guys.
Yeah, it's just, I feel like it's just one of those things that, you know, it just happens. Like you forget. Because I remember like very recently after like working out with you and Brennan, because I think we had a couple like workouts, you were like, you actually invite us to do something outside the gym.
Right.
Which was like, okay, interesting, because I think you mentioned something like,
what was it? Like probably barbecue or something.
It was like a barbecue or something, but you were telling to us, like saying something like, you know, you try to limit, you know, who you hang out with outside the gym or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And so
I could see myself saying that.
So we were like, me and Brian were like, dope.
Yeah.
We're in.
Yeah, man. Yeah. No, it's cool that you say that though, because I remember why, right? So I don't really remember meeting exactly, but I do remember talking to people about meeting you guys, because there's like a lot of, you know, younger dudes at the gym who, you know, ask me questions and whatnot. Sometimes I jump in and give some advice without being asked, just because. But I remember telling people that there's some like a group of new young dudes at the gym. And I remember saying like there was a couple of y'all I won't mention who that like didn't really listen, even though they were asking. And I remember being like, Santi and Brennan are good shit though. They seem to be like kind of taking in what I'm saying. And also, I saw that you guys were like applying yourself. Like, I
Yeah.
could tell that you were like serious, making progress, and you were down with it. Like I remember first time talking to you about your diet and stuff, seeing if you needed help, and you like already had a plan and you already knew. And I was like, Sam doesn't need help.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I feel
there's definitely a lot, like, you definitely helped, like, quite a bit, though. Like, for example, like, that was my first proper bulk I did, like, a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I'll pull up some pictures, like, right here of, like, the final bulk and the cut. And, you know, it definitely, like, helped with, like, because sometimes there are things that I know,
Right.
but sometimes you just need that reassurance. You know?
Dude.
Like, you need to
100%.
just ask simple questions
100%.
to just be, you know, sure. And then even like that strength program as well. Like I've never done like a program, so I thought that was
went off, didn't it?
yeah, and I thought that was really cool.
You had like a couple weeks where you missed.
There was definitely like 2 weeks where I didn't hit the goal.
Yeah,
but at
other
the
than
end
that,
of
you were
it,
just like
yeah, it was good. Like
Yeah.
and that's one thing I thought was cool was like I don't know. I think it's just being able to humble yourself a little and just forget everything you know, because like I said, I've never done a strength program,
right.
and so when you showed me it, I was like, you know, okay, I'm gonna forget everything I know about working out like this, and I'm just gonna do exactly what that says, and it was cool. It was dope.
That's a good lesson for like, you know, it wasn't like straight one-on-one coaching or anything, but if you get a coach, one of the most important things is like to be honest with the coach and to just trust it, because the only way that you can work together is like if the coach knows what you're actually doing instead of like telling what he wants to hear or her, and then following it, because you follow it and then you'll know what works and what doesn't work and you can adjust. But if you like throw your own opinion in and like are doing half the program and half what you want, the coach has no way to react or, you know, adjust anything for you. Right. And you're just going to end up, and it's, you know, in the long run, because this is a long game.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit of time to kind of waste. Like, you know, you might do like an 8-12 week chunk with a coach. Doesn't work. You know, screw it. You learn something, toss it away, try something new next time.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something I would suggest to people for sure, is to humble yourself and just trust the process.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's like another thing too, like I think it's something people should just do in general. Like obviously not everyone has to get a coach or, you know, make a strict plan, but just learning like how to eat. I thought that was huge. Like really learning like how to track your foods and like weighing it. Because that was another thing that you taught me that I thought was really cool, is weighing your food.
Right.
And like properly tracking, because I know a lot of people, like I myself, like when you first start tracking, you're like, okay, that's like it's just all by like eye.
Right.
And then you could be right, but most of the time you're either like way under or like way over. And so I thought that was like, it's like definitely
I can't say enough good things about properly tracking your food. I mean, especially if you're into bodybuilding, it's just a tough thing, because for a lot of people it's hard. A lot of people it plays with their mind, sets off some certain things, and it's just kind of impossible. But once you're able to do that, I mean, you can do anything.
Yeah.
Lose anything, gain anything.
Yeah, I feel like the hardest part's probably like I had someone recently ask me like about bulking and cutting, and they said like if I ever struggled with it, and I said, I mean, it all depends on like your personality, I think, because for me the struggle is more like not really doing it but getting to the point of doing it, you know. Starting that's right. For me. So
oh my God, I'm the same.
So I told them, like, for me, probably the first 3 weeks were probably hard because it was completely different routine.
Right.
Like, not my comfort zone.
Yeah.
But once you're done, like, the 3 weeks, like, once you actually start, it just becomes so much, like you said, it becomes easier, and then you can
totally
really.
I'm the same with everything. Starting a routine, next to impossible sometimes. But once I start, I'm obsessive.
Yeah.
right? And I almost
Like
can't
you're
stop.
consistent with
Yeah,
it too. And
I almost can't stop. It's almost like mentally, yeah, impossible. It's mentally draining. It like hurts my whole whatever stopping. But yeah, routines. Like I recently fell off because I had a pinched nerve like all last year. So there was a bunch of stretches I couldn't do. I've stretched literally every night for a decade or more ever since I started cycling. Helped me sleep. It's good for you, whatever, right? And yeah, I fell off the stretching, and now that my nerve is fixed and the pain's gone from my leg, and I'm allowed to do all the stretches, I just can't start. I just can't do it.
right.
I always forget, or I just don't, and it's just yeah, it's crazy. I got to get back on it. That's for sure.
What do you do for your stretches? Like, what do you like? Do you have like a number of exercise like stretches you do?
Yeah, because of my like habitual, obsessive kind of OCD nature. Yeah, I was like the same thing every day. It was like pigeon pose, hip flexor, touch your toes, quads, calves, whatever. I would do like a deep squat for my groin, door jam for my back. I'd stretch one lat at a time.
What's the door jam like? Do you jam the door on
No,
yourself? Or?
no, it's standing in the door jam, grabbing the top of the, because I'm tall.
So you have to be tall for that.
Yeah, because I'm tall. Yeah, grabbing the top of the door jam and just stretching one lat, other lat, and I do pec and then triceps. Yeah, so I just go through those every night. It was like if I, yeah, I'm obsessive. If I went to bed and realized I forgot, I would literally get out of bed and go stretch in the dark and then back to bed.
Just like you just do the one you forgot, right? You wouldn't like restart.
No, if I forgot the whole routine. I mean, I don't think I'd go back for just like my pack or something, but because I would lay down and I could literally feel the difference, especially when I cycled, because my legs were just always like on fire.
Yeah.
I would lay down and I could just feel that I hadn't stretched, and then I go stretch and you lay down and my legs, because the blood flow and it just kind of like everything's more relaxed. And so I'd be like, oh shit, I forgot to stretch.
How long do you stretch like each like stretch for usually? Because I like, for me, that's one thing, like you said, is starting it. Like I know I need to stretch,
right,
and I know it's good for you.
Yeah,
but I suck with just doing it.
So I swear it's good for you too. So there's lots of science and there's lots of stuff that says it doesn't do anything. Like it's complicated, but let's just say I'm sure people watching have seen that static stretching like isn't the thing. Everybody's talking about like dynamic stretching and mobility and stuff, which is also great. But I know for a fact that static stretching is good because I'm tall. I've put on a lot of muscle in the last 10 years. Started at like 180 pounds. Max bulk was like 275. And I can touch not just my toes, but I can like plant my hands on the ground. And there's no way I could have done that if I hadn't stretched every day. So it's got to do something. How long? I don't know how long because I like have my own counting.
Right.
I don't count seconds. I'm like, it's just whatever my own pace in my head is.
Yeah.
Also part of like the obsessive compulsive kind of thing.
So would you say though, like maybe like 30 seconds?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's got to be like 30 or more.
Okay, 30 or more. Okay. Yeah, because that's like one thing. It's like I don't know like how many seconds or like
start at
ones. 30. Yeah.
Start at the pigeon's great, dude.
Pigeon's
it's the one where your leg's in front of you, so it's like stretching the outside of your hip.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's just such a good release. Pigeon. I mean, hip flexors. Everybody's hip flexors are tight.
Yeah, mine are pretty bad.
Yeah.
I remember going to massage therapy once, and the person was massaging, I think, the back of my leg, and as soon as they touched it, they were like, and I was like my face is on the pillow. I'm like, what? And they're like, your legs are really tight. And I'm like, oh, are they? And they're like, yeah. Do you ever stretch? I'm like, no. And they're like, that's probably why.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the difference was like after the massage was.
It's great. I like a massage too. There's also a lot of information out there that says it's useless.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like
it depends, man. It's so complicated when they write stuff like that. This one was particularly about injury prevention. So, man, it's weird.
I feel like nowadays though you can find
Yeah.
anything like it's like useless, you know?
Yeah.
Like aren't they saying like oh, I forget what it was. Like a certain type of lifting is just useless too.
It's nuts. It's not what nuts what you can find. What's best, I think, is like to draw on other people who have done what you want to do. Like I was watching yesterday. I don't know if you know who Branch Warren is, but he's an old school bodybuilder. Well, not super old school, but 2000s. And he never had a really pretty physique, but he was super conditioned and huge, absolutely massive, like bigger than 99.999% of anybody's ever going to get.
Yeah.
And he used to lift like really heavy, really fast, really explosive. Like if anybody watched him lift who was like listening to science or whatever people are talking about now, they'd be like, his form is shit and he just sucks and he's never. You look at him and you're like, yeah, but he's like 290 pounds at like your height, like just shoulders. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you look at what people have done and you realize like if you work hard enough, if you're consistent enough and like with enough intensity, like it all works.
Yeah.
It all works. So
And I feel like even with people that don't have the best form too, like you'll see like if it's really that bad, you'll notice it in the physique too. Though.
yeah, so that could be said about him too. Who knows if it's his genetics or if maybe it was his form that didn't give him a great shape because he didn't have like a super pretty shape.
Right.
So yeah, there could be something to be said there, but he definitely packed on a lot of muscle. So good for him.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, good for him.
What would you say? So currently you're what 1 month away or a month and a half away from your
6 weeks.
6 weeks
2 days
finishing your cut.
Yeah.
So compared to how many cuts have you done? Like 10 now?
This is 10 years.
10 years.
Started with a bulk. So officially 10 years is over. This is like the beginning of the 11th.
So out of all of those years, how would you say this one's going? Pretty like so far.
So I think every year it's like a bit better. Every year you get like used to the hunger, specifically. And yeah, every year there's some kind of like aspect that I feel is a bit better because you've experienced it the year before or a few times and you kind of like learn how to deal with it. Yeah, my mood like is up for sure. Haven't been, up until recently, like my cravings have been down. Not just thinking about food 24 hours a day, except for I just skipped 2 sheets and I'm now on 24/7 food thoughts. What's it called? Yeah. So it's better every year. This is honestly so far, knock on wood, it's like 6 weeks left. The best one, feeling the best and I'm looking the best for sure. Like, I'm looking at 6 weeks out, honestly, probably like I did at a week or 2 out last year.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
I also didn't push my weight as much in the bulk this year because, I don't know, it's not super comfortable. I'm getting old. I'm not really looking to be like any bigger.
Old.
Yeah, not really. Yeah. In 20 years, I'll be calling 40-year-olds young, right? You know, it's all relative. Yeah. So that's it. I didn't get quite as big. I got big still. I think I started at 258 this cut. I'm down to 235. It's been 11 weeks.
And what did you end at last year?
230.
230. And so you're gonna end probably lighter than 230?
Okay. So because the other reason I say I'm probably look as good as I was a week out is because I might have put on 5 pounds this winter. That's, I'm enhanced, so that's doable. It's doable naturally, except for, again, like I'm 10 years, it starts to slow down. And so, yeah, 235, like right now I'm probably kind of as lean as I was. So, yeah, I ended at 230 last year. I'm going to go until my lower back is peeled.
Right.
Because
get the little Christmas tree?
Something I've never had for some reason.
Christmas tree?
Christmas tree it up.
Yeah. It's all right.
I'm
Joking.
You fucking asshole. He probably has one right now. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm kind of hoping like just under 230 and like in 4 weeks from now, like be 228 or something and look like I want to look and just sit there for a week or two.
Yeah.
And just kind of like settle in, you know, reduce my cardio, eat the same amount of food, like don't reduce my calories anymore and just kind of like let my body
Maybe just water take a little bit too.
Well, for the 2 weeks, I'll just be normal, but it'll definitely cutting back on the cardio and just kind of maintaining that weight if it's where I want to be.
Right.
Will allow my body to like relax and like your body actually, when it's not under so much stress, it looks better. Like things tighten up, and because when you're under a lot of stress, doing like double cardio a day, not eating, it can have a lot of effect on the way you look. Big time.
Well, that's awesome. Like the fact that you're finishing like your 10th year and you're saying it's probably the best. Like that's sweet. Yeah. So, if you want to see what Big D or Adam D looks like, end of the cut.
End of June. Yeah.
Go check him out, dude. Check the story. And if you want to be annoying, go send him a bunch of food reels.
That's all right. Instagram already sends me enough.
Yeah, but no, that's sweet. I'm glad to hear it.
Cool. Thanks.
Personally, I'm not. I don't know. I just felt like I started the year or the winter bulking, but I don't know. My priorities just kind of changed.
Yeah.
Which happens to everyone,
Totally.
And I don't know. Maybe I'll do it maybe next year or whatever. But I'm kind of just liking the, eating semi-healthy.
Yeah.
And going to the gym.
Just like a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
Take what you learned from the bodybuilding that you've done and apply it to just a healthy life. I like that. I want to do that.
My big goal right now is just to stay healthy, but somehow manage to hit 3 plates.
Yeah?
Yeah, 3 plates has been the goal for a while. 3 plates on bench.
You 3 plates on the squat yet?
Yeah.
Okay, of course.
I did that with you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you were watching. I got 3. That was like, I forget what I did. It was like 3 something.
And you got to be
340 or something.
And did you hit over 400 on your deadlift?
I did. I got 4.
You got to keep that in check.
I forget.
You got to keep your deadlift here, squat here.
Dude, that's one thing I haven't done.
I
haven't done in a while is deadlift and squat.
I haven't squatted I squatted I think twice last year.
I don't know what it is. I don't like squats anymore. I prefer to I know they're good for you, but I prefer to do I don't know what it is. I prefer to isolate my leg. I'd rather do single, I'd rather walk up and down the back room doing lunges with weights on each side, than squat. I don't know what it is. I feel like it's less stressful on my back.
Yeah. So,
but I don't know if that's my form too,
My, your form's good. My, what's it called? I don't know. My opinion on squats is, they're really, really essential for people in the beginning to build an overall good leg because, your glutes, everything's involved. That's why they're so hard. And I just don't think, I think they're good. They're good for you throughout your whole, whatever journey, but I don't think they're needed later on. If you build a good foundation with a squat, then you can move on to what you're saying and do more isolated stuff. And also as your journey progresses, you're getting older too, because time's going on. Squats are just kind of more dangerous.
Yeah.
To be honest. So just I think it's like a natural cycle for people. Squat and then start isolating. You've built a nice leg and it's safer. And that's kind of my opinion.
Personally, I think you're right. I think the big 3, bench, you don't really need them. They're more powerlifting kind of stuff.
Benched in 2 years or something.
But I don't know what it is. I just love I love bench.
Right.
It's my favorite out of the 3.
Well, all 3 of them. It's just it's raw.
And chest power. I think chest is my favorite thing to hit.
International chest day every day.
So I don't know. Just 3 plates, dude. It's just
you'll hit it.
The goal. And I got to do it before Harrison. That's the
you'll do it.
That's the plan.
He's not there yet.
No,
Jeez,
he's close.
strong,
we
dude.
both got to. His squat's good.
Yeah.
His squat's good because he's got like big legs.
He's got big glutes, that guy.
Yeah, he does.
Check him out.
Go check him out, dude. Harrison Thompson.
I remember when I told him that, he fucking blushed, I think.
Nah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Probably smiled really loud and started laughing.
Yeah, smiled loud.
Yeah.
That's a really good way to, what's it called? To describe him.
Yeah.
He does. Yeah. He's got a loud smile.
Yeah.
He smiles and he laughs.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
But yeah, the plan is to hit it because he did 305.
Okay.
And I did 300.
Okay.
And I did go for 315, but I only got it like halfway.
Oh yeah,
But I was so close, and Jake told me that my leg, like the way my feet were positioned, could have been better.
Oh, they weren't planted, yeah.
They weren't that good, but I've improved my positioning since. Yeah. So now it's just getting back there.
Right on.
But
so you're doing that like actively right now?
Well, I'm only doing chest. Like I only hit my stuff once a week.
Sure. But are you actively?
Like yeah, I've been like going up weight and like doing like 4 to 6 reps for like last week. This week I did 235 for 3 sets of 5, and I think the last set I did 6.
Nice.
Yeah. So, but
yeah, you'll get there.
It's been good. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna go. Hot Tub Gang. We're gonna go jump in the tub.
Yeah, I forgot. I was stoked.
Yeah, we're gonna go jump in for a couple minutes, and we'll talk about more gym stuff and talk about a little bit about the stuff. You know what I mean? So, see you guys in a minute.
I ain't leaving. You can't make me.
Oh, it's nice, but it's windy.
Yeah. It is.
So we can take it out, or wait, leave it there.
What is that? Is there sugar in there?
No, it's what do you call it? It's
oh, yeah, there's sugar in there.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's even that. Ooh, that's something that cleans, you know.
Right.
Yeah, no, but
Hey, what don't drop this?
Yeah, I hope you don't drop it too.
Oh, it's magnet too, right?
Yeah. So if you have any magnet on your body.
See, actually, we could have used that for my shirt.
This?
No, the magnet.
Oh.
There should be a back to it, and I could have put it further down my shirt. Well, I really hope the audio is good on that hole.
I think the audio will be fine.
Okay. You heard my breathing before.
But, oh yeah, that's the one thing about the tub.
Yeah.
Lately is the sunlight. Yeah, so...
I'm actually glad I picked this spot.
Yeah, so, as you can tell, we're in the tub.
Yeah.
You can't tell for the audio listeners, we're in the tub. But,
God.
But yeah, lately, like, it's been so beautiful out here in Victoria that the sun's just been, you know, it's been red in our eyes.
Yeah, this time of day, they gotta get the sunset here behind that mountain, eh?
Oh, the sunset here is nice.
Yeah.
We tell our listeners that, because they can't see
No, they can't.
the view, we tell them that the view is just, it's very shitty. It's just a big pile of gravel.
It's a big...
They're actually currently building a parking lot out here.
Yeah.
So
it's terrible.
Yeah, but
never coming here again.
Yeah, I know. Out of 1 out of 10, like, what would you rate this hot tub experience so far?
So far, I mean,
yeah, like
maybe my second best of all time.
Second best, you hear that?
Yeah.
Second best.
First is over at Salt Spring.
Yeah.
It was almost like sitting over the ocean. That was pretty good.
Yeah. You can't beat that.
Yeah, that's pretty. It was inside with like 2 doors.
Wow.
Yeah, right on the ocean. It's
best though. We'll take it.
Yeah,
you know?
For sure.
You hear that? Hot Tub Gang.
HTG.
We're the second best.
This is where
tub experience.
This is where it all started, eh?
This is where it all started. Yeah. In
cool.
the tub. It's good stuff. But yeah, let's get back to some more questions with Adam D here.
D lifts.
So. Yeah, we talked a little bit about just kind of like routine and really diets and all that. Now, I know for a lot of people that are interested or curious, because you did mention you are enhanced.
That's right, yeah.
So, obviously everyone has their own opinions on, steroids and all that.
Right.
I was just curious, like, with your experience and just in general, what would you say like, just what's your thought about them,
Well, I mean, I think it's it's a personal choice.
Of course.
Some people aren't into it. What do I think about it? Well, for me, it's been a positive experience. I've always, is that wind going to be like hella crazy in here?
No, it will be fine.
Okay. For me, it's been a positive experience. I've always been like pretty mindful of my doses and stuff. I have dabbled a little bit and done some stupid things, as we all do, but mostly I've kind of followed like beginner to intermediate, like what you kind of find online is for dosage wise, and I don't like mix too many things, and I tried really to slowly introduce new things so that I could actually determine what the kind of effects were on me.
Right.
And dial back if it's like not the greatest thing for me or whatnot. But side effect wise, it's been relatively easygoing because of that, because of I think my approach.
Yeah.
And I mean, for me, like, I wasn't looking for average results kind of thing. It's just not really me. So I knew I would go that route at some point. Because to me, it's, I mean, I don't know. I think it's actually kind of a really cool avenue. It's something, that science has brought us to reach like new limits and push boundaries. And I mean, for me, like all the physiques I ever looked up to were enhanced.
Right.
And, I was kind of shooting for those kind of results. So there's no really other way to get there.
Right. Yeah. Which, yeah, makes complete sense. Back to the point where you were saying, obviously, it's preference and depending on what your kind of goal is. Yeah. Right. Yeah. But yeah, that's. I mean, one, I think that's really cool that you're able to take it and be smart about it, because obviously there's a lot of people that
there's a lot of people that abuse it.
Yeah, abuse it. But at the same time, like, you started taking it at what age? Like, your maturity was probably much more higher than, a guy that's 22, 21 who wants to just be jacked.
I was like 34 or something, 33, 34.
Yeah.
So what did I do? I did my first few years of like bodybuilding. I mean, I was already lifting. So when I say I started bodybuilding, I mean, I started eating. So I was swimming and cycling and lifting like 5 days a week. It became 5 days a week. But yeah, I wouldn't call it bodybuilding because I was, not building anything. I mean, I was getting more, my performance was going up and stuff. Like I was getting faster in the pool, faster on my bike, better at the gym, but yeah, I wasn't growing. And so I started eating. So I started bodybuilding. 10 years ago or whatever. I did my first 3 years natural. I put on, I mean, peak bulk, I was 230 natural from 180, but I was obviously like fat compared to my 180.
More fluff.
Yeah, because my 186 or whatever it was, 186 was, relative, I mean, not really lean. Skinny, not lean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But like, cycling and swimming, like I was like that kind of body. And then I actually started because I had some weird kind of I think effects from like training a lot and like aging, and I went to the doctor and tested my test levels, and they were like right at the cusp of being too low. But it's really hard in Canada to get prescribed even TRT because the doctors are clueless and ridiculous.
Right.
I've heard way worse stories than my own. So I just thought, well, my levels are that low. I know where to get some. So I just kind of did it on my own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously you're smart to make sure to get some from like
yeah, well,
you're not buying like crap.
I mean, no, it's hard when it comes to like the basics, like testosterone, like it's so easy to make. Like there is no crap, to be honest. I mean, there's better and worse for sure, but it's hard to get crap. no one's really, there's almost no use spending time faking it. I don't think. Because yeah, it's so easy to make and it's so readily available everywhere. It's actually not illegal in Canada for personal use. Yeah, you can own it, you just can't sell it. So you can have it, you can import it from other countries, you can use it, you can have it on you. It's all legal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you obviously like check your blood and all that.
Yeah. Definitely kind of fell off that during COVID because it was hard to like get into doctors or anything. But
Right.
Yeah.
Everything's by appointment nowadays and stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, I get a requisition, and I actually still get given a hard time just asking for a requisition to get my levels tested, and which I think is ridiculous because
Yeah, I feel like everything's just slow lately.
Yeah.
Which is weird. I remember talking to a doctor because I was going in to get my wrist checked.
Yeah.
Because I was having pain, and so I think I was there like maybe a whole day, like work wise, like 8 hours,
Right.
waiting, and finally got in, and the doctor, basically gave me a super simple, basic answer.
Yeah.
I could have Googled. Wasn't even the right answer too. He said I sprained my wrist. Turns out it was a cyst. Wasn't very different.
How did you figure it was a cyst?
I went to a
Special.
therapist, and she told me it was a cyst.
People complain about doctors a lot, but I got to give them a bit of credit. Like, GPs aren't meant to figure out exactly what's going on.
Right.
Really what they should do and what they kind of try to do, and if they're smart, is like send you in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Like go to a physio, go to a entomologist, go to they know where you should go and give you a referral because they're general practitioners. They can't know everything about everything.
Right.
Like that would be impossible.
One thing I think the crazy thing that I like just thinking about it that he told me was he was saying something about like right now there isn't many family doctors because a lot of the people that are trying to become doctors are just trying to become like just general, like because I mean. I don't know, like, I think that's what he was saying, something like that.
Yeah.
I asked him, I'm like, are you a family doctor? Like, are you, like, do you know anyone? And he said, like, there's not really anyone.
It's super hard.
Yeah.
It's super hard right now.
But, yeah, it's just, I can see why, like, everything's just so, with the blood and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's better now. I mean, you just get a requisition, you go into a Life Labs, I diagnose my own self, make sure everything's okay.
Yeah.
2 or 3 times a year.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, you got to be smart about it.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, like you would say, like, it's all about how one person, like how you personally use it, right? Like,
yeah, it's about your goals, how comfortable you feel about it. And that's the thing I think too, though, is that people need to remember is that it's about you, not about anyone else. So even if you choose not to, there's like a lot of you'll find like no enhanced people out there really pushing like everyone should do this or you're a fool if you don't, but there are a lot of natural guys out there who seem to want to kind of push in people's face that there's something wrong with their choice. And it's like, you got to remember, like, it's that person's choice. It's not about you. Like, I'm happy that you're natural and that you're doing it in your way and, finding your natural limits if you are. Like, hopefully you are working hard.
Yeah.
Because on both ends, being enhanced or being natural, like, if you want the results, you have to work. Both camps work just as hard when we're talking about people who achieve, like, good results.
Of course.
They're both working just as hard. One of them just ends up ahead of the other because they've got, different. And
that's like one thing too, is like, for one, like, you got to do your research, right? Like, you got to really do your research, not just, base off, your thoughts on a substance stuff, like an opinion.
Yeah, right? Or off people at the gym.
Oh, yeah, because, like, one thing I've really learned, like, throughout the years, because I would admit, like, when I was younger, I didn't know much about steroids, but we always have a little car or a motorcycle that
someone just ripping down.
We always kind of make like a
Happy Valley,
like a little face.
Yeah.
But no, like I won't lie. Like when I was younger, like because people always, it's just something people told you. Steroids are bad. Steroids are this. Like like, and so
not great.
Like I've kind of just come to the what I've learned is like obviously there's definitely cons about it.
There are, yeah.
There's a lot
for sure.
and they can
Mention.
you know, they could make your life shorter.
They can, for sure.
But for some people, they might not.
They might.
But that's what, like, one thing I've learned too, and I don't think you actually, like, for someone that isn't involved in bodybuilding, or someone that doesn't really have that, like, that recognizes or has any experience with that stuff, I can see why it's hard for them to understand, because with the whole steroids things, like, you got to understand, like, just the base level, right? Like take away the steroids, bodybuilding in general, you're constantly feeding your body food, right, to get heavy.
Yeah.
And so that's a lot of work on your body.
Yeah.
Your body's constantly digesting, constantly, all that. And so obviously imagine that with steroids. And now steroids, I think, if I'm right, the bad thing about it isn't just like, I pinched myself, it makes it more dangerous. I think what makes it more dangerous is that now you can eat double.
Sorry, the pinching, the pinning,
like stuff? Just the pinning, like
it's not dangerous.
Like, because people think that's like people are afraid of that, and they think it's
not
dangerous.
Yeah.
So I think really what.
I mean, you can get infections and stuff, but it's really not.
But what I'm saying is, I don't think that's the dangerous part. What makes it dangerous for some people is the fact that, like you said, you got to put in the work. Yeah. So now that you have this enhancement, it allows you to eat obviously more.
Yeah.
So then, like, okay, you're eating more, you're putting more food into your body, which makes your body obviously work harder.
And you can also train more.
Yeah. Yeah. But I feel like that's the part where it's like it's not all about the enhancement. Maybe it's more about like the food too.
But sure. I mean, the food on both sides of the camp, if you're pushing your body to the limits, is hard on your body. But like the steroids in themselves, though, just to remember, they are dangerous. And just even without pushing the food, just so many gym bros who aren't putting that work in are taking steroids, and it's taxing on your cardiovascular system.
Right.
Like no matter if you're
doing it right or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And depending on who you are and what your family history is and all that stuff, that can be absolutely detrimental.
Which is why it's really good to do your research.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, there's so many cases out there, like, which is another reason why I brought up how you started when you were 30-something.
Yeah.
Is because, obviously, at that point in life, you would expect your maturity and your view on things to be more wise than someone that's 22.
Sure.
Totally. Because I feel like a lot of the steroid users that we see, especially on social media nowadays, are all from the ages of 20 to 20 something.
A lot of super young dudes.
Yeah. Who just kind of do it but don't really have enough,
Yeah, likely not. Who knows? Yeah, it's tough to say. It's tough to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely suggest for people though that are like into bodybuilding and into making progress to definitely like prove to yourself you can do it without them first.
Yeah.
Because
try like what you did 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah, and actually hit your mark. Like every year I hit my mark. I hit my goal, my bulk goal, I hit my cut goal, bulk, just every year.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I can do this. So now if I add this, I'll continue to do it.
Yeah.
Because there are just so many people, first of all, just pissing money away, pissing their health away. And honestly, like just staying in the same spot and just taking a bunch of stuff so that they look kind of like vascular and full for like 3 months at a time. Or tons of people don't come off ever. Yeah. Which is crazy.
Yeah, that's the crazy part too, is when you hear about someone that's on them and then you're like, what?
Yeah.
Because, they don't put in the work. It's like, it's tough,
It blow your mind.
Yeah.
You do everyone at the gym is.
Well, I've heard a couple names and I'm like, wow, that's interesting.
It's wild.
Yeah, but
hey, it's their life.
Yeah. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. So, yeah. But have you ever, have you ever had like a weird story or anything, like a weird with it once?
Yeah, my first injection.
Oh, your first one.
Yeah, absolute first one. I mean, it's happened since, but it's funny that it was my first one. But yeah, I definitely. So I'm pretty afraid of needles, to be honest. But I just knew I gotta
overcome it.
Yeah, just do it. Anyways, stuck it in my butt, pulled it out, and blood shot like 1 or 2 feet all over the ground.
Like constant? Or just like
for a nice stream, like for whatever, a second or two, and I just started I went pale. I started sweating instantly, and I had to lay down. I was like, I can't believe that just happened. And since then, in the however many years I've been doing it, and however many times needles I've stuck in my butt, it's only happened a handful of times since then.
Right. There's this one thing I've heard. I don't know if I'm saying it right, and I don't know if you've ever taken this. It's like a cough from a certain
trend cough.
Yeah. Have you ever experienced that?
I have. Yeah.
What's that like? Because I hear it's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of suffocating. You just can't stop coughing. I mean, it feels like exactly what it is. I
heard if you can somehow relate it to something, it's when you take a really big bong hit and then you can't stop coughing.
Yeah. It's like that. It's worse though.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's more the inside.
And how was your first time with that? How was that?
I was pretty pissed. Yeah, just kind of mad. I was like, I can't believe it.
Just
I want to deal with this today.
Coughing with anger.
Yeah, just go away. Yeah, it's pretty gross. You can taste it. You can smell it before you start coughing. You're like, oh shit.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does it smell weird? What does it smell like?
It smells weird. It's tangy.
Tangy, like a metal kind of.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. It just gets in your bloodstream a bit, and then it's always trembling acetate. So the acetate I believe it's the acetate that gets in your bloodstream, and then so it's just trying to get out of your, what are they called? The grapes in your lungs.
Oh, the bronchialis.
Yeah,
bronch something, because it's bronchitis, right? Isn't that like a disease?
Yeah.
So it's the Bronx or something.
Yeah, the bronchitis.
The Bronx.
Okay, let's just not look stupid
call it the
anymore.
Bronx. The Bronx.
The Bronx.
The Bronx.
It's trying to get out of the Bronx.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's literally trying to get out of you.
Which is crazy how your body immediately does that. Though.
Yeah.
That's wild. It feels the acetate, and it's all right, get it out the Bronx.
Foreign substance, get the hell out of here.
Yeah. But yeah, that's interesting.
Is that an eagle? Beautiful. Make a wish.
Is that a thing?
Why not?
From the eagle?
Why not?
I heard you can't point at the eagle if you see an eagle.
What do you mean you can't?
You can't point at an eagle.
You're not allowed.
You're not allowed. I heard it's
like bad luck?
I don't know. I went to this rafting trip in the mainland.
Yeah.
And we're this rafting guide tour, which obviously we're going through the river.
Yeah.
And there was 2 eagles, right there. It was insane. And someone pointed and he said, no, don't point. And we're like, why? And he told us that he did the same thing once. And this, I forget, it was a leader, a native leader, a tribe,
right,
said that you can't point at the eagles. It's not good.
Okay.
So he told us don't point. So ever since I've been like, all right, don't point at the eagle.
That's cool. I'm superstitious like that. I've never told anyone one of my wishes in my entire life.
Oh, okay.
Since grade 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a lot of wishes, or?
Yeah, because I'm like I said, I'm kind of superstitious. So eyelashes, always make a wish.
What does that mean?
So when your eyelash falls out and you find it,
okay,
you blow it off your finger and make a wish.
Okay.
You never heard that?
No,
that's funny. It's I was talking to.
What about
Dorian
a pubic hair?
You could start it, man. Let's start a trend.
Yeah. You ever catch a pubic hair and just blow away? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, now you know.
That's one of the side effects. Just kidding.
You actually don't have anything at all. You're an alien.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why they call you Adam.
Actually, yeah.
Adam D. And shave.
Yeah. Do you?
I do.
Yeah, you do. Or trim.
I shave.
With a Bic.
Razor.
Yeah, with a razor.
Yeah, and my abs too.
Sorry, Bic, that's I
shave my stomach too.
Bic is making me sound old.
Bic? Isn't that a pen brand? Bic?
Yeah, it used to be the brand of
everything?
Of razors.
Right.
It was I guess maybe the only brand at some point, so
makes sense.
You'd say you Bic yourself.
Bic yourself?
No. I don't even know if you can buy Bic razors anymore.
Probably not. They're probably made out of sheet metal.
Yeah, that's funny. What's funny about the eyelash thing, I was talking to Dorian about that the other day, things that you think are just universal
What did he say?
and normal. It was about like wrapping sandwiches up or something.
Okay.
Like if you use cling wrap or tin or aluminum foil.
Tin foil?
I forget what we were talking
Dude, my
about.
mom would, like, in high school or, like, middle school,
Yeah.
I got chirped on so much because people were like, what's for lunch, Santi? And I'd pull out, and it's just a bunch of tinfoil. And I didn't even know what it was. It could have been a sandwich, it could have been a hot dog, because there was so much tinfoil.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes it was just, like, this hot dog wrapped in tinfoil, and I'd pull it out, and it's just all wet and grimy. Everyone's like, there's no way you're going to eat that. And it had melted cheese on it, too.
Yeah. And you ate
And
it.
I just ate it, and then
Damn,
that's
hell yeah.
nasty.
Okay, do you know what wax paper is?
Yeah.
Okay. He didn't.
Oh, he didn't?
No. We used to use wax paper for sandwiches, for sure.
Yeah, my mom used both. So
Okay.
wax and then aluminum.
Right. Oh, like both at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I know. It was like you're wrapping a gift every morning.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And it just went straight to the garbage.
Oh, man, I'm so hungry right now.
Yeah. But you were saying, like, what Dorian said?
Oh, yeah, I don't remember. It was just, I think it was about that.
Yeah.
It
He
was
probably laughed, too.
And I just oh, no, you know what it was? Okay, Dorian. So this is what, you should have Dorian on here. This is what,
Doorknob.
this
If I had doorknob on here, this is how it'd go. I'd be like, ah, gringo, yes,
No.
sí, muy bien, muy bien.
Yeah. So Dorian, man, so he wraps his fork and knife in saran wrap.
Oh, okay.
That's also, so in like, whatever, right?
Tinfoil?
Plastic, yeah. No, plastic.
Oh, yeah,
Plastic wrap.
Yeah.
And puts them in his lunch bag.
Okay.
And then puts them back in plastic wrap when they're dirty on the way home.
Okay.
And I was like, is that something that like your family did and like is normal to you? Because I'm like, I don't know anyone who does that.
Yeah.
I really don't. I get it. I definitely get it when it's dirty. But like,
When it's clean.
to me, your lunch kit is like the clean thing that you put your, like I could see like if you were throwing your lunch in like your whole bag,
Right.
right? Like your backpack or whatever
Yeah.
with like a bunch of, but yeah, so it looked pretty funny to me. And I was like,
Why not just use a napkin?
I was like, is that normal for you? And he said, yeah. And I was like, oh, that's funny. There's some things that when I was a kid were normal too that like I realized later,
Yeah.
not everybody does it like that.
What's one thing?
We used to make our garbage under the sink, first of all. Garbage is always under the sink.
Yeah.
And we used to use a paper bag with an egg carton. And the egg cartons used to be styrofoam. So an
Okay.
egg carton opened in the bottom. And then
So
it was in like a bin.
Right.
Like almost like a washing bin.
Okay.
A plastic bin and then cardboard or paper bag, egg carton. That was our garbage. And then you would just take the paper bag outside, put it in the trash.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I thought that was just the way you did it. And I've never seen it in my life since, like anybody.
I don't know if there's anything weird we did. I mean, there's definitely a couple, but I can't remember.
It probably is that you'll just find out.
Yeah.
You'll be like, oh shit, you don't do this?
I guess I'm trying to remember. There's one besides the hot dog
Yeah,
sandwiches.
that's pretty weird.
Like, the mom, what she do? I mean, I think most people do this. You know, in your grocery bags, you'd always keep the plastic bags and use those for your garbage.
No? But yeah, sure.
We did
I
that.
know people do that.
Or
Yeah.
sometimes, like,
Those are pretty small though. So did it fit in the
this is
thing?
like for bathroom,
Okay.
like little bathroom garbages.
Yeah.
But like one thing that's kind of weird is we like any like paper bag or shopping bag, like gift bag, any bag, we'd put it under our bed, like under the mattress,
Here you go.
and sometimes
Under the mattress.
under the mattress.
Under the mattress.
Under the
Okay,
mattress,
dude, that is the thing
Yeah.
for
So
sure.
I'd be like, whenever we needed like a bag for a gift, just raise the mattress because it's flat, right? Like it's just, you know. And so that's
Yeah.
like we still do it sometimes.
That's the thing then.
Like currently, like my current bed that's gonna be different tomorrow. Like
Sick.
it has
Queen bed,
upgrade.
ladies.
It has like I don't have a board, like a supporting board,
Like a box
a
spring.
box spring. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just a mattress, but
On the ground?
I have a no. It's
I actually
it's
love
on it's on a frame,
Okay.
but it's just not like there's no box. Like
Yeah.
so, I have two pieces of
I don't
wood,
understand box springs.
like two long flat pieces
Totally.
of wood, and then I have a bunch of paper bag gifts all across, like from the top to the bottom.
There you go.
Because mentally, I think it's gonna help my
Oh yeah.
support.
I don't understand box springs if I'm being honest.
I think they work on some types of beds. I don't know. I think it depends on.
Well, some types of frames.
Yeah,
you
frames
need
and
a box spring because
Yeah.
the frame is nothing.
Yeah,
But, like, what's the difference of just like you said, having if you have a frame and you've got enough like runners
I don't
and
know. I think it depends. Like, the frame and stuff. Because the bed I'm getting tomorrow, the upgrade, it doesn't have a box spring because it doesn't need it.
oh,
But some beds do. So I don't know.
I don't know if they do.
It's weird.
I mean, they need support for sure, but do they need a box spring? I think that's why they're always like free. You ever notice that?
Well,
Like Sleep Country Canada or whatever, it's
they're
always
cheap.
like buy a mattress and get a free box spring or whatever. Like it's like maybe because they're useless, bro.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. But
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
good stuff. Do you have anything to say to the people?
To the peeps, I mean, thanks for having me. It was nice to meet all y'alls. And
To have Big Adam.
Big D lifts. It was a nice, really nice experience. It's a beautiful parking lot out here.
Yeah.
Enjoying this hot tub.
Number 2 hot tub on the list.
Number 2.
It's good stuff.
It's good. It's romantic.
But yeah, don't forget to check Adam out on Instagram. And we'll be at Phoenix. You ever want to stop and say hi, work out? Not work out with us, work out alone.
Yeah.
But if you ever want to say hi, or you want to hear Adam yell in the middle of the gym, what are some phrases you say? There's a couple.
Easy.
Yeah, that's one.
Yep.
That's another one.
Yep. Yep.
There's one where it's like, you said it a lot recently. Like the other day, you're like, woo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You do that one. How's it going?
I can't do it.
You gotta do it.
I can't do it like man.
You
I don't even know because
you stop doing like a leg exercise and you'd get up and look in the mirror and be like, woo. Like,
yeah, you gotta let it out. There's actually science behind that.
Is there?
Yeah, like screaming and swearing, it actually makes you like more output.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they've done some studies. I believe it. I get it. I mean, that's why we do it. Like, think about it. When you're angry, when like shit's going down, like it's just like comes out.
Yeah.
So like, there's got to be something behind it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't do that.
No, I don't know. I started like last year, and I think I'm that obnoxious.
Maybe I'll go to the gym tomorrow and just chant some words, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe some Spanish
just let
words.
it out, man.
Just let them out.
When it gets hard, get that Spanish going.
Be like, sí.
Sí.
Yeah.
Sí.
Arriba.
Yeah. What's how it do the translation of do easy?
Easy? Fácil.
Fácil.
Yeah, you do that. You should say that at the gym.
Well,
just across the gym while I hear fácil.
Fácil.
Yeah, that's good.
Sick, bro.
Anyways, this is we're gonna wrap it up here for episode 19 with your boy Adam D.
Big 19.
We're gonna head out, but thanks for watching. Check us out on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts.
Do it.
And like and subscribe. And we'll see you guys next week for episode 20.
Sweet.
Peace. Just let it out. Just do it.
It's like frozen. Because I don't want to get it wrong.
Just pretend you're bicep curling and you just finished.
Okay. It was hard on the step mill.
Stairmaster.
Woo!